Hello everyone, and welcome back to Country Cast. Jelly Roll recently appeared on Joe Rogan's podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, and it has got to be one of the greatest episodes featured on Joe Rogan's podcast, as well as one of the best appearances that Jelly Roll has made on a podcast for an interview. The episode was filled with a roller coaster of emotions, and the conversation that these two held for over 3 hours was just fantastic. Joe and Jelly talked about pretty much damn near everything, including his brand new album, Whitsitt Chapel, that is set for release on June 2nd of this year. But during the conversation, Jelly Roll also opened up about his backstory, his youth, and talked about his why, the purpose when it comes to making music, and particularly the music that he has always tried to make. As Jelly Roll shared his remarkable journey, he became emotional, fighting back tears. Jelly told Joe, "I want to help people, Joe. My music has always been therapeutic. With my music, it has always been for people. What got me into music was my mother. So, my mother was a woman who struggled with extreme mental health issues and drug addiction, and she would never come out of her room, Joe. She would come downstairs and she'd throw a record on and she'd light a cigarette at the table. And dude, I would watch the house change. Like brothers, sisters, cousins coming from across the street. We lived in a real tight neighborhood. Poor people, you know? Neighbors coming over. Her friends start flooding the house. And she held court. Joe, I would watch our kitchen turn into a nightclub. And she'd start telling stories." Jelly joked and said, "And listen, we didn't have Google. We had to believe the bitch back then." Jelly continued and added, "You know what I'm saying? She would be like, James Taylor wrote this about his drug-addicted mother. You know what I'm saying? And play Fire and Rain." Or she'd be like Bette Midler wrote The Rose about, and we're all just captivated. And then she'd play The Rose, and we're all crying in the kitchen together. And it's like, and I didn't understand, because I'm a kid, right? But something changed in her when the record went on, is how I looked at it. I didn't know anything about drug addiction, anything about schizophrenia, bipolar, or any of the stuff she was dealing with, or manic depression back then, or what they called it. I didn't know any of this. I just knew that this lady never fucking leaves that room, and when she does, it seems like the music does it." Jelly concluded by saying, "So I spent my whole life writing songs for her, right? I kind of indirectly was like writing these songs for the addicted and the broken, you know what I mean? Because that's what I was seeing. So it's like I found a purpose in the music. And like I tell people, if I was going to do it for money, like any sane comedian or musician, I'd have quit 10 years ago. Because fuck, I didn't make any for 15 years. You know, if I was doing it for money, I would have quit forever ago and went and got a job. I just knew that it was always helping people. You know what I mean? It's like the music was always, because I seen how it helped my mother, and I knew the power of music. If there was ever a spokesperson for country music, I vote Jelly Roll. There is no question that this man is as genuine as they come, humble, and his music has always had a way with really connecting with people, and that is what this is really all about. Guys, remember, Jelly's new album, Whitsitt Chapel, is set to drop on June 2nd of this year, and I can only imagine how incredible this record is going to be. As always, guys, thank you all for tuning in here at Country Cast. Remember, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button down below. Turn those notifications on as well so you never miss out on any breaking updates surrounding your favorite country artist and all the news coming right out of Music City. Y'all stay country.